Hello. On my last vlog, I was talking about trying to do winter into spring. Well, as usual around here, the weather has its own idea, and so we've gone from winter straight into several days of summer, temperatures in the 70s, and the sort of beautiful blue sky days that are fun to live in but terrible to photograph in. So at this point, today we have a predicted good sunset coming up. I hope they're right. And so I'm on my way to the Skagit Valley to try and see if I can get some interesting daffodil field photos under a nice sunset light. I hope this works out, because after this we're supposed to go straight back into late winter weather, and so this may be my one chance for the daffodil field. So we'll see what happens. We interrupt this search for sunset light on daffodil fields because I just spotted some alpacas over there. Not sure if this shot's going to work or not, but what I saw over there were alpacas in front of some flower fields with some mountains in the background, but I only got a quick view as I was driving past, so right now I'm going to walk over and see if there's really a shot worth taking. Of course, by the time I got back out here, the alpacas had all decided to wander over into the shade, and really are not in a place where I can get very good pictures. So I we'll just track this one up to a Wild Alpaca Chase, and that's that. But back to the daffodils. Just a random alpaca moment here. So far, I've done a loop around the various daffodil fields right now in Skagit, and some of them can work as photographic subjects, some can't. At this point, I have a couple hours to go before sunset, and I'm really not sure what's going to happen with the sky anyway. So I'm going to just be taking some shots from here and see what I get. Right now, what I'm trying to get is there's that cloud up in the sky that's about the only bit of interest in the sky itself. They've got Mount Baker down on the left side, and I'm hoping I can get a shot that will somehow create some symmetry between those with the flowers in the foreground. Now here's the first shot I have. I think you can see much of the shot there that way, but what I would like to do would be using a polarizer to bring out the sky a bit more, the clouds in the sky. The problem I have here is that if I try that too much, it's going to make the sky artificially dark, and I think that would be much worse as a result. So here we go. It's 1/25th of a second at f11. I'll check through the focus afterwards. I'm also trying here for a vertical shot with the, obviously I can't get Mount Baker in there, but there's kind of a notch down in the mountains. I'm trying to get that and the cloud together over that, with the daffodils taking up the lower third of the scene, and we'll see how this comes out. Here I am at a different field. This is the other one that looks like it's in good enough condition for good photographs. One thing that's important while shooting flower fields is to check the alignment of how the rows are planted and what you can find in terms of background for that. This field is planted north-south. The last one I was at was east-west, and unfortunately there wasn't anything really good looking down the rows to be shooting across them. Here we have a mountain far in the distance and some poplar trees and stuff like that. That's important because if you don't want to have these sort of shots with a particularly ugly farmhouse in the background that looks like a prefab or something. So this is where I'm going to try to set up for now. I'm not really seeing any great clouds in the sky or anything that might lead to a good sunset picture, but I'm going to try this anyway and see what I can get out of it. Okay, I've made a point of positioning the camera so that there's a row of flowers straight down the center. You have to be kind of careful about that. If you have a trench in the middle, it doesn't look as good. I would take this 4 different ways, vertical and horizontal with a normal lens, and vertical horizontal with a telephoto lens. And if any of these work out, you will see the results here. Well, at this point, it's really an open question as to whether we'll get a sunset or not. If we do, I think I'm going to pick this field as opposed to the other one to wait for it. The reason I'm doing so is because we have a pretty wide angle of view here that can be used. Obviously, we don't have anything spectacular in terms of large clouds coming up here, but what we do have is an opportunity for wherever, if any clouds get lit up by the setting sun, I have an angle this way toward that farmhouse, farm barn actually, and the poplars, even one over toward the mountain. Ideally, you would get something directly overhead here so I can have that nice lined up thing, but if not, if it's over this way, it's still a decent shot there. At this point, we've still got an hour to go before sunset, and I really don't know if I'm going to get anything at all, but if we do, you'll see it after this, and if not, thanks for coming along, and I'll see you next time.